conversation. Hey, yo, let's chop it up, man. Hey, yo, let's have a conversation. Hey, yo, may I interject? It's about time for communal reconnect. Power of the we in some type of context. Working on the us so we can hit up what's next. It's that grown brother, grown sister type of flex. More like soul check, not just collecting checks. Fact, not feelings is what we got on deck. Take the high road, so this here is high tech. Getting to the real, everything that we hitting on. Pull up or sit down, tell me what you sipping on. Reclaiming kinghood, that is what we getting on. Real headlines is what we spitting on. So, hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec to talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec to talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Let's have a conversation. Hey, yo, let's have a conversation. Have a conversation. Have a conversation. Getting grown up in here, right? 25 and up, let me see your ID, baby. Yeah. Nobody move till we say so. It's that 3D radio with TJ Digger and Late to Flow. Real talk on 3D radio. Dress for success so it's never fail. Grow delivery, so call it Gmail. Stay logged on till it's time to bail. Adults only, so now it's set sail. Don't act like you ain't heard what I said. Go on, little mama, put the kids to bed. Live on the net, you know it don't stop. Time to get loose like you do the wild. Need some advice, you know who we be. Relationship University. Soul like Marvin on the Mercy Me's. And on the intro, you know it's Big D's. We came here to blow your mind. Caught up like the folks that's on the crime time. Clap your hands cause it feels so amazing. This another TJM creation. Nobody move till we say so. It's that 3D radio with TJ Digger and Late to Flow. Real talk on 3D radio. Nobody move till we say so. It's that 3D radio with TJ Digger and Late to Flow. Real talk on 3D radio. life is artwork. You might not understand this. The way that I spit is like putting strokes on the canvas. Taking notes of all the urban cries. Put it down, materialize, then watch as the paint dries. Better bet the ink, cause every time I think it's time to keep it flow while these other cats sing. No Titanic, too over dramatic. I feel like new edition in the brain now. Tell me, can you stand it? With each word I'm building me a steeple. And if you open my works up, there you'll find my cathedral. You got your wood stains, a little glass paint, but it all tell a story, man. Think that it can't. Where I come from, it's deer hunters and street guns. So I spray these words like the Uzi weighs a ton. It's that heavy. I'm pouring this out from my heart to give you the truth. The way that you see is art. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. My prescription, better yet my mission is to visualize and give the world vision. Work to heal the streets with a little audio heat. And smooth it all out over laid back beats. A to the R to the T, Wisco flow. Like you're in a gallery and see a Picasso. But this ain't Picasso, baby. Even though it's like Jay, cause it's gonna drive the world crazy. This is for those admiring and looking. I heat it up for Instagram and Pinterest cooking. It's so acrylic every time that I spit it. My foliage show that I all get it. Speaking of, this art get wows and awes. Like a masterpiece that's up in the halls. Everything is so realistic, but better yet, man, yo, it's so artistic. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And everything that spit is just like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And everything that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. My glazing, bring the pick on home. I'm just an artiste in the Midwest zone. Now it's a lot of cats that paint, but they ain't making art. Cause they be lying from the very start. So I make it a point that I paint what I feel. Cause I know deep inside what I feel is all real. And this exhibit don't end till I say so. Sincerely yours, Michael Tangelo. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. Now you can tell by the voice that it ain't a joke. And the way that it spit is like a brushstroke. Paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture, paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork. It's all artwork, baby. Welcome to my masterpiece, theater. Now you can go on and get a bootleg of it if you need to, you know what I'm saying? You can hang it on your wall, you don't even need a frame. Paint a picture. Yo, this life is artwork.
In a world saturated with content, your trusted RBN embodies that spirit, espousing a philosophy grounded in accountability as it tackles Black social issues, family issues, and political issues with the rigor and fervor that are both rare and necessary. Under the audacious motto, we dare to be bold, not silent. The channel invites viewers into a space of unapologetic discourse, where pressing issues are unpacked with intelligence, empathy, and resilience. Standing at the intersection of empowerment and education, this platform recognizes that discussions around Black social issues cannot be contained within narrow confines. Hence, it sprawls into diverse territories. Beyond the headlines, your trusted RBN explores the undercurrents shaping Black people issues with the lens that is both piercing and compassionate. A foray into the channel's political discourse reveals a landscape where accountability isn't just championed, it is demanded. Through thoughtful analysis and discerning critiques, the platform urges viewers to envision a political sphere devoid of passivity. Here, individuals are not mere spectators, but active participants steering the narrative and progress. Furthermore, engagement is not a one-way street on this platform. Viewers find themselves in a vibrant community where their voices are valued, where they are urged to be bold, not silent, and to engage actively through likes, comments, shares, and discussions that foster a rich and diverse tapestry of perspectives and insights. In a nutshell, your trusted RBN is more than a content hub. It is a pulsating, dynamic entity that stands as a bastion of accountability In a world inundated with noise, it doesn't just venture to spark discussions. It ignites movements, steering narratives with a force that is unyielding, yet respectful, grounded, yet visionary. Subscribe today and become a part of a community where you dare to be bold and not silent, where your voice matters. Now, welcome to our live stream. Have the conversation.
Hey, yo, may I interject? It's about time for communal reconnect. Power of the we in some type of context. Working on the us so we can get to what's next. Just that grown brother, grown sister type of flex. More like soul check, not just collecting checks. Facts, not feelings, is what we got on deck. Take the high road, so this here is high tech. Getting back to the real, the very thing that we hitting on. Pull up or sit down and tell me what you sipping on. Reclaiming kinghood, that is what we getting on. Real headlines is what we spitting on. So, hey now, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec, talk on what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. How about we break bread now and have a conversation? Hey now, yo, let's have a conversation. Maybe take a sec, talk about what we facing. Only way to change is to change the situation. So how about we break bread now and have a conversation?
Yeah, this is what I'm made of. This is for the throne and the kingdom. The king's here, yelling freedom. Do or die, do it now if you believe it. You reap what you sow every season. Yeah, you kill what you eat when you feasting. Yeah, it's death before the sign and no treason. No, in that time of war, no retreat. Never lay down and die on my feet. I look the reaper in his eyes and won't blink. I'm the voice every time that I speak. It's like thunder when it strikes. I'm the king. I'm the king. I am supreme. I am. I am. I am the king. I am supreme. I am. I'm the king. You gotta keep going when you in the field. Yeah. Can't lose heart when it gets real. Yeah. Always push back, can't lose ground. Always stand up, never back down. Victory is key, victory is yours. Through the blood, sweat and tears coming out your pores. Through the tears and the pain cause you want more. Grind time through it all until it pays off. I'm in the league of my own. I'm a king and I'm bad to the bone. Heavy in the game, made for the throne. I'm out of this world, I'm in my zone. I'm the king. I am supreme. I am. I am. I am the king. I am supreme. I am. I am. Like a god. I'm the king. I am. I am. I am the king. Yeah, yeah, I am king.
Acknowledge me.
Shout out to John the Baptist for gifting 10 channel memberships. Don't forget, y'all, don't be rude. Those of you who got the 10 channel memberships from John the Baptist, my homeboy, I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Well, no, that's not true. I saw you about a week or so ago, or 2 weeks ago. On that might be this might be risky. Make sure you guys go ahead and just say thank you to John the Baptist for the 10 memberships, and make sure you maintain those 10 memberships. Shout out, brother. Appreciate that for those 10. That's a lot. That's a lot, bro. That's a big dollar. That's a big dollar. I got to get a big dollar drop. That's what I really got to do. Because those 10 memberships, I done bought a couple 5. Those are $14, $15, so $30. Man, come on, bro. You doing it. I appreciate it. Let me see. Let me see. What can I got to give you something. Here we go. And maybe, just maybe, John, those 10 memberships will help out some of the Thoughtzillas in the chat. Yeah, thank you, John the Baptist, for those 10 memberships. I appreciate that. And guys, don't forget to thank John the Baptist if you receive one of those memberships. And let's see where we are with the likes. So 98, we can rock with the 98 likes. I've been tripping over the last couple of live streams about them likes. And then of course we got to shout out Almanize for the double nickel. Always appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up the work. Hold on a second for the double nickel. Speaking of keeping up the work, hold on a second. Yeah, so we got to run that twice because it's a double nickel. And then she did send out a couple bucks. But these last $2. Yeah, she got it. Appreciate you, lady, for the bang! It's good. Absolutely. I appreciate that. This is TJ Yam, your facilitator for the journey. Welcome back to the Real Bravado Network. I'll just throw it up, but I just recognize your super chat. Welcome back to the Real Bravado Network. Before we get into it today, this will be a short stream. I keep saying that every week, and be like 2 hours, but this one really will be a short stream. Listen, guys, if you guys are free on Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, I need you guys to come on through on Saturday. Saturday will be the most important live stream the Real Bravado Network has ever done. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. The stream itself will seem typical, but there's something going on, and we're going to let you guys in on what's going on Saturday. I will have a co-host for Saturday, and the sisters in the chat, everybody give it up for my co-host for on Saturday, sister herself. How you pronounce it? I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying. I can't do it. I can't do it. Take heed to the message. Will be with me the entire stream on Saturday. So please, if you ain't got nothing to do, or you just riding around or delivering whatever, tune in to Saturday evening, 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. We will be having over here at the Real Bravado Network. It is the most profound live stream that I have ever done in the entire almost 2 years that I've been live streaming. So I am imploring you guys to come on through on Saturday, pull up with me, enjoy the live stream, and see what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna get into it today, but see what we're talking about. Okay. All right. Just for old time's sake. Acknowledge me. That's right. Acknowledge the Real Bravado Network. Acknowledge the chat. Acknowledge the supporters. Acknowledge yourself. I appreciate you, and acknowledge the content today. So let's see who's in the chat. We got Anthony Henderson in the chat. I don't know if he's still there, but he came on at the beginning. The first comment very first comment. Anthony, no, those are not siblings. So I'll relieve your no, they're not siblings. And Eyes is in the building. She's always here. Take heed to the message. How you doing there, lady? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? I cannot wait for Saturday. Take heed. After the stream, sometime tonight, I'll be sending you over all the information because I gotta actually send over some information to you about the live stream, and then I gotta send some information over to Raw B because she's working on some shit for me. So I'll be doing that tonight. I was supposed to be at work tonight, but they fucking cut me. But that's okay. How you gonna take somebody's shifts away from them? Remove dollars from their pockets, and then an hour before the shift talk about, oh, by the way, on second thought, we still need you. No, go fuck yourself. That's what you do. Yeah, you don't snatch my money and then all of a sudden at the last week. Let me tell you something what these people did. Not only did they cut me, they notified me last week they were going to be cutting me a couple days this week. Not only did they notify they was cutting me, they weren't just cutting me because they didn't need me. They cut me to give my shifts to a contract person. And then the contract person ain't showed up for the last 2 days. So go fuck themselves. That's how I feel about that. As much as I need the damn money. Fuck them. All right, take heed. Thank you, sis, for being here. Blaze is in the building. What's up, brother? You in the building. I appreciate you being here. KP from KS. Oh, KP from KC5. What up, bro? Glad to see you here. Eyes is in the building. Already said who's in the building. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. We're going to have a very, very interesting conversation. But before we get into it, we got to run that money back one more time.
Money making is my thing because I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals.
All right, shout out to take heed to the message for the super sticker. I appreciate it, sis. I really do. I really do. I really do. All right, I didn't waste enough time, y'all. Let me get into it today. Listen. So, over in this space, I'm going to quote Logic for me. This fella named Logic who pops up and down on various platforms when I say this. We're constantly having what Logic likes to call dick and pussy conversations, about Black folk. And, and we always sit around here and we always talk about how our white counterparts do the whole dick and pussy thing, meaning do the whole getting together, being together, working together type of thing. We always talk about that, about what they're doing, how they do it, but let me slow down, about what they do and how they do it. The one thing that we never do on the conversations on these different platforms, on the different channels, we never bring up the receipts to show and prove that when we talk about how white people do when they're together, when they talk about family, relationships, finances, all that good stuff, we do not bring up receipts about how they operate with another. We always talk about our women are out here, out social media and it's not just social media, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just social media. I'm hearing it at work. I'm hearing it in my family about these ran through, burnt out women that we got, talking about, these laundry list of qualifications that the man has to do to prove to them that they're worthy of their little dried up, run through, beat up, smelly, disease infested coochie, and to take on their bastard children. So we always having those conversations, and our women are out here, we hear it on social media, we hear it in real life, and then they have these unrealistic expectations, especially around the whole money thing, which, by the way, I'm going to stand on this right now. Black women in general do not give a fuck how much money you make. So I know we hear a lot in these like in these spaces, on these platforms where they talk about, and you see these clips about these black women talking about, he got to make at least this, he got to make at least that. Black women don't give a fuck how much money a man makes. If that woman likes that man, he can be living up under a bridge. No cap. There was a story about a year ago. I think she was a teacher or a banker or some shit. She got pregnant by a fucking homeless man and she was married. So I don't want to hear that. And if you start asking our ladies about when they start talking about this bullshit about what they want out of the men, all you got to do is ask one question. Is that the same kind of man your kid's father is? That's the question you got to ask. All of these fucking things that these women sit around and talk about what they want, what this guy gotta have, what he gotta be. All you gotta do is say, fair enough. You just said, ma'am, you just said you got 3 kids. You just said you got 3 kids and each one of them got their own set of fathers. So please, ma'am, out of all your fucking kids' fathers, do any of them fit the description of what you're asking for now? That's all you have to do, and the conversation is over with. I outright reject any notion that our women believe that they are out here and can put a quality or qualification on a fella, because nowhere in there, when a woman wants to validate a man, and a woman does have the ability to validate a man, the way women validate men is by giving them children. So the men that you validated, and you validated these men by giving them children. If these men do not have these standards that you are talking about, that you say you need, stop putting these requirements, these stupid ass requirements on men, when never in your history have you ever gotten a man like that. And your history shows what kind of man you actually prefer. You want to know what a woman prefers in a man? Look at the men she decided to give a kid to. That's who she prefers. Don't matter what she say. Look at who and what she is laying up with. Look at who and who she's reproducing with. That's who she prefers. It don't matter what she's saying out here. She want a 7 foot tall, 9 inch, 40-inch wide ding-a-ling with $300,000 who love the Lord, who can take me on trips and vacations, who can rub my feet and, speak into me and help me with my truth. Our women are some fucking liars. They're some fucking liars. And if this don't apply to you, I don't want to hear from you today. But the vast majority of the women out here that are women, when I say are women, I'm talking about the one that share my reflection, talking this bullshit, all you got to do is, if you want to know what they really, really, really like, look at who they gave kids to. And that's who they like. And it don't matter what they say, don't matter how much they scream, they scream. I'm going to give a quick plug to DJ Hamp from This Might Be Risky. He did a stream last night, and that shit was fucking depressing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. He did a live stream last night. He talked to the ladies last night, and I'm going somewhere with this. He talked to these ladies last night. Man, the way black women talk about black men in general, my fucking God, it is absolutely exhausting to continue to hear the shade, the negativity that they throw at men from us. I am fucking sick of it, which is why I decided to pull a clip today that those in the chat, we are all, including me today, we are all going to review this clip today, this piece of content. What I have in front of you is a white couple who's in financial trouble. But I'm going to review this clip with you. And we're going to point out some shit. We're going to compare some shit to how these white people, these good old white people react, and how you think good old black folk is going to react if they were in a similar situation. Okay? So without further ado, what's his name? MTR. Without further ado, here we go, y'all. Let me add this.
Well, thanks for coming over, guys. So, what do you currently do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom. Got 2 kids.
Right. What are the ages? You guys are so
Okay. Right off the bat, I have a question. Right off the bat. 3 seconds in. 3 seconds in, I have a question. The lady says she's a stay-at-home mom. Hold on.
Well, thanks for coming over, guys. So, what do you currently do for a living?
I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Before we go any further, she's a stay-at-home mom. Please, I need full participation today. Here's my question. How much does her man, the guy sitting next to her, her husband, how much do you think he earns? She's a stay-at-home mother. I don't even know if we got to the point of how many children. I think she has 2. She's a stay-at-home mother of 2 children. How much do you think she earns? I mean, how much do you think the husband earns? But Justice, while you guys get that together, put it in the comment. I want to know what you think that this man earns for her to be a stay-at-home mom. What is he earning to take care of 4 people? Him, her, and 2 children. Put it in the chat. In the meantime, here we go.
Money making is my thing, cause I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. All right, shout out to Eric Jordan for them $2. Thank you, brother. I don't know if you saw the acknowledgement salute, but I did it already for you. John the Baptist, my buddy, who's in the background right now. I'm gonna bring him up while people are rolling in with their thoughts. I'm gonna bring him up in a second with the $5. Hey, let's give 5 people to give. Yeah. Help a brother out. I dodged the trap who donated 5 channel memberships. I appreciate that. Y'all go ahead and maintain and make sure you thank I dodged the trap for that. And then KP from KC, with the $2, him back. Articulated articulated prostitution. Gorilla grip fanny. y'all clowder. John, are you there?
Yes, sir. How we doing this evening?
I'm good, man. Where you been? You must have been real busy the last couple of weeks because you've been. Normally, I get to see you over there on hemp stuff.
Yeah, I've been kind of taking a break from YouTube a lot here lately.
Man, you got to.
My schedule been picking up more hours too. So yeah.
Sometimes, man, this place, man. If you go down a rabbit hole, yeah, man, fuck with your mental. With this YouTube stuff. I am learning that, and which is why, everybody's been like, you need to stream more. You need to stream more. Man, look, I didn't slow down on the panels I go on. I didn't slow down on who I'm watching. I didn't slow down because it's just that's man, yeah, man. Because we out here just wilding out, bro. How much do you think, John? How much do you think this man makes? He got 4 people: him, his wife, and 2 children.
I put 50 in the text, but I'm gonna say between 45 and 50
for his woman to be able to stay at home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's let it roll. I seen. Okay, 50, 60, 75K. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what he makes.
got 2 kids.
Right. What are the ages? What are we doing? You guys are so young. This is insane. What is this? The 50s? No, I mean, I'm all about it. I'm just like, I can't even picture a little sticky thing running around, and I'm 29. Kill me. Okay.
So we've got 2 under 2.
Kill me.
It's not for the faint of heart. I will tell you that. My
You
oldest.
look like you're in high school. This is insane. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. This is blowing my mind.
No.
I'm just getting old. I'm getting old.
No, it's fine. My oldest is 2.5. He was born in September, and then my youngest is 14 months old, born on December.
Yeah, so being a stay-at-home mom makes sense. What do we got going on over here?
Yeah, I'm a restaurant manager. In the Woodlands, Texas. I just recently got a promotion. It's gonna be like a multi-unit type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What's our current household income?
It's about $5,200, $5,500 a month.
Net or gross?
Net.
60,000.
52 to 54, you said?
Yeah.
What's it going to be?
I already got the raise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I mean, for a 2-person household in a not cheap area with 2 little kids, it's not the most like beefy salary, but we are young also at the same time, so we can't. I'm not gonna knock $53,000 net it.
53,000 take home, so about 63,000 gross.
Yep, that's about what I was thinking.
Yep. And what is his woman again? What does his wife do?
Stay at home.
She'll stay home with how many kids?
2.
With 2 kids.
You knew. Okay, so what led me to say $50,000 range?
Mm-hmm.
When I saw her hairnet, her hair, what do you call it? They don't know what you call it.
The bonnet or the rag on her hair. I don't know what to call it. Scarf.
Yeah. Well, and what we think is she's realistic. She doesn't look dolled up. She doesn't look made up. She's taking care of kids, taking care of the house, and losing and at her wits end.
And she had her wits end. But
and he looks young, and they both look young.
They both look young, and guess what they are?
What's that?
They're married.
Oh yeah, yep.
They're fucking married. But we out here talking about, oh, you shouldn't even think about starting your family or trying to think about marriage until you in your 30s, and then the woman got 4 or 5 damn kids, and now she wants a husband. Now she wants to try to build something when she old, dried up, used up, ran through, and got somebody else's children. And by the way, according to our women, he can't make what this man make ain't enough. It ain't enough.
I've been saying one of the things I hate about these spaces is that I often make the joke. I make $38,000 a year, $35,000 a year. That's kind of like my mantra now, because I hate these spaces where we pretend like everybody makes $100,000. We know they don't.
No.
And I got married. I got married in the 90s, and of course, inflation was lower then, but not much lower. No, but I wasn't making no money. I was probably making like in the military $800 a month. What did it come up to?
You say how much in the military you were making?
$800 a month.
$800 a month. No, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing out of understanding that. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Because I don't do good math. So hold on.
96.
So,
That's what, 96?
So we talking about $800 a month, basically 4 weeks in a month. That's gross 3,200, and you just out there by 12. That's 38. That's less than 40 grand a year.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I'm looking at that. It's $38,400.
You got BAQ, a couple of little things, but it wasn't a bunch of money. It wasn't a bunch of money.
Do you know I celebrated when I got to a $38,000 salary? I was like 37, 38 years old. Come on. I mean, for real. I'm 45 now. So, that wasn't that long ago when I was at that $38,000 a year mark. That wasn't that long ago.
When do men reach their peak?
I
ain't trying to change your subject.
When they no, this is on subject. When their numbers, when their age starts with a letter 4, That's when they
There
start.
you go.
So that's when they start. That's when these, because everybody got to go work for somebody. Because we all out here about everybody got to have a business. Go get your own business. That's not what the majority of people gonna do. They don't start looking at men as men until about 40, and they start. And then you got the skills that you got the skills, the knowledge, and the wisdom to now start to earn, or that organizations will value. Prior to that, you still learning, which that's hard to swallow as a dude. You know what I mean? You out here doing your thing. You didn't got a skill or a trade or an education, or you in a field, and you think when you 5 years in, you think you know something. You don't know shit. You ain't seen. You only seen about 13% of what you need to know in your damn field. That's why you not notice the majority of management in general. Their number starts with a 4.
Yes. And if they don't start with a 4, if they start with a 3, they have no clue how to work with people.
How to work. The little bitch that supervised my, we got a director and a supervisor. The little motherfucker that supervised our department. Look, hold on a second. And this is not off topic, but I'm glad you brought this up. Hold on. I got my phone here. I am going to read you. Okay, I'm gonna slow down so I can find it. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna read you verbatim a text message that I sent to her. She sent me a text message about some bullshit. You know what I mean? And and she's in her late 30s. Here's my response to my supervisor. I said, your lack of experience in coordinating these sensitive personnel issues is no excuse for your lack of tact.
That should make her think.
People, let me tell you something. She forwarded my text to the department director. The department director brings me in and he's laughing. He said, I walk in, he said, close the door, TJ. I said, okay. And he's already chuckling. He goes, such and such sent me over, forwarded me your text message. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. He said, he laughing. I mean, he's sitting there just chuckling with a smile. He said, man, you gotta, he goes, no, he goes, you a wild boy. You a wild boy. And you got away with words. Because I gotta tell you that. I gotta tell you, you're a wild boy. You gotta get away with words. She's inexperienced. She did something in which what she did showed her lack of experience. And I just called it out. And the reason why I'm able to call it out is because the experience she does not have, I actually have. I have credibility to call out a low-level supervisor's lack of experience in handling personnel issues, especially when it was tacky. Especially when it was tacky.
Do you know, and I know you know this because we're roughly the same age. I'm a little bit older than you, but we're roughly the same age. You know how hard it is to become a man in this society. It is so difficult for men to become men in a society where we don't appreciate men anymore. And so when we as men become men, there's certain things you go through. You have to learn how the world works. You have to learn how family works. You have to learn how you work. And then you got to coach and balance it all. If you're like me, you're doing it in your 20s, 21, married with kids, trying to figure all this out. It's kind of like playing chess. I tell men all the time, if you don't play chess, it's gonna be more difficult for you to understand life.
You know, that's on my to-do list by the end of the year is to learn how to play chess. There's like a book that I need to I got the book Art of War on my list. I got learning to play chess on my list, and then I got starting guitar lessons. I think every man should learn how to use it for therapeutic relaxation shit. Learn a fucking instrument because it takes focus, discipline. It teaches you discipline because you got to, so it teaches you discipline, gives you something. You ain't got to ever get good at it. Just gives you something to do, dexterity, and it stimulates your mind and stuff like that. And it teaches you how to think on a different level. And believe it or not, learning how to read and play music, that's a foreign language. You learn a new language. You learn a new language.
I play the drums, but I'm not great at it. I just play it by ear. I'm not great at it. I'm not going to be like I'm a drummer, none of that. I play it. But get back to what I was saying with that though, is that my son was in the chess club in like fourth or fifth grade, I think it was. Is when I learned how to play. He actually taught me how to play.
Your son taught you how to play what?
Chess.
Wait a minute, say that.
This is weird, right? This is funny, right? This is crazy. He was in the chess club. First time I thought about playing when he was in the chess club. I was trying to keep him interested, so I would play with him. So he taught me all the pieces and the moves they can make. Now, mind you, he doesn't like playing it anymore. He never liked playing it. He only just did it for like that 1 year. I kept playing it, but it was one of the best things I've ever learned, and my son taught me how to play.
That's what's up. What's up.
But the key
he gonna brag about that. He gonna brag about that shit for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but the key to that is though. TJ, is that when you learn it and you become good at it, it teaches you to strategize, it teaches you to think 4, 5, 6 steps ahead.
Yeah. So it's on my grandfather. He passed 2 years ago last month. He was an avid chess player, man, and I ended up I'm so glad what I did the last year of his life, because we didn't know it was going to be the last year of his life because he died in a car accident. But one of the things I got for his birthday, I got this man like this fucking, beautiful marble chess set. You know what I mean? It was, that shit set me back because I didn't realize how expensive chess, nice chess pieces are. You could spend $3,000-$4,000 on a good chess set. You really can without blinking. We're talking about the case, the pieces. You want them handcrafted, depending on where they come, depending on the material. Yeah, man. Right there, you can spend some bread on some chess. You really can. But no, I wanted to point out real quick the contradiction with these. You got a white couple, the young man and young woman. They're in their early 20s. They're married with the support of their families, have a family. She's a stay-at-home mom. She knows the value of her being there with her children. And then the husband's out there and he's earning less than 6 figures to take care of his family. Now, he didn't fucked up because they're sitting in front of a financial dude. So, he didn't fucked it up a little bit. But guess what, though? He fucked it up. And guess what he's doing?
Getting it right.
And guess what she's doing right there with him?
Supporting him. Because she understands we survive or sink. We sink or swim through him. And just imagine if this was a black couple sitting here. What the fuck he would be going through, especially when he done fucked it up. I can't roll my neck enough. I can't roll my neck enough to get this right. I'm too old to roll my neck. Like how that conversation would look if it was a black woman and a black man. My neck is too old. My neck is too old to roll like that, and I can't snap my fingers loud as I used to. But all that would be going on though.
All like yelling, screaming. She'd be foaming at the mouth. He'll be all kind of little dick, ignorant. I should have left you. Y'all should. All this. She'd bring. So let's take a look at. We only like a few seconds in on this. So let's take a listen to this.
23, not even close. So, that is cool within itself. And childcare is very expensive, so it's hard to do that. What scares me? Okay, we're young. We're a young couple. We got kids. Cool, awesome. So we take out a HELOC, and then we continue to borrow.
Do you know what a HELOC is, John?
Yes.
Explain it to the audience.
Home equity line of credit. Equity line of credit.
A home equity line of credit. That's what it is. So he took out a HELOC on his house. So he's a homeowner. He ain't renting.
Yep.
He own it. Okay.
Money? Is this the way we're starting off marriage? Is this the way we're starting off building a family? What the are we possibly doing?
So I was in insurance.
I want to point something out, and I'm not for to beat up on Hamp, but Hamp had a live stream, the old niggas versus the young niggas, right? And so the young dudes were sitting up there talking about that they don't want to hear no old dude, you know, telling them what to do and getting up in their shit and stuff like that, right? The financial advisor is over 10 years older than this dude. That would make the financial advisor, even though he's younger than me and you, that would make him an older dude to this 20-year-old, right? Let's see how he responds. Now you heard how rough that white boy talked to that white boy. He said, "You got a HELOC? You just now starting out? You ain't got a home equity line of credit. You just starting out, and you got a kid. You got 2 kids, and you got a wife. This is how the fuck you want to start out with your marriage? The fuck you thinking? You see that was not
direct. That was direct. That was very direct.
Direct. It wasn't soft. It was in his face. It was basically the equivalent of him being punched in the face.
In front of his wife.
And goddamn, John, you're too smart for this shit. Right in front of his wife. But Hamp did a whole stream a couple weeks ago about how younger men don't want to hear shit from somebody with more experience. Don't want to be told nothing.
And I'm gonna let you get this. I know you're trying to rock this out, but I just got to throw something interject into this. Until we get past this, where old niggas can't say nothing, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. And old and young folks can't say nothing to old folks. We ain't never gonna make it as men, because the old men and the young men have to work together. Like I told you, my son taught me how to play chess. Anybody can teach you something if you're willing to learn.
Right on.
We got to get past it. We got to get past the thing. Well, because you old, what you think you know ain't important no more. No,
right on.
And because you're young, I can't say you don't know anything. No, the old men and the young men have to stick together.
Yep. And I'm pointing out the contrast between now this older white man, you know, he's older than the gentleman, you know, is talking to him like he's supposed to talk to him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And let's see, and let's see if there's any pushback, if there's any excuse or dodging, or who you Tom just much a man as you is. Let's see if any of that shit going on, because that's what the fuck we do, you know. So let's see if any of that going on.
For a while, and you'll see some of the deposits from that. And I was like buying insurance leads and basically living on a credit card. When I turned 18 years old, Chase gave me a $15,000 credit limit.
Okay, but then
did you see what the wife said? Did you? But the response to the financial advisor, it was, I'm gonna interpret. Yeah, I fucked up, and then I continued to fuck up. It wasn't no pushback, wasn't no argument, wasn't no, hey, you can't tell me what to do because you're too old. Wasn't nothing. He basically said, yep, this is what I did, and then after that, I went and did that. Yep. And let me tell you something. The reason why that wife is going, that was the first time she was hearing that.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that way, but okay.
That's my opinion. Let me roll it back a little bit. Let me roll it back.
No, I didn't.
I believe
I'm
that's the
not saying
first
you're
time.
wrong.
Yeah, I believe that was the first time she's hearing that, because if she knew about the $15,000 line of credit from the bank, she wouldn't have had to go. You know what I mean? If she already knew, because the would have happened when she found out about it the first time.
Is this the way we're starting off marriage? Is this the way we're starting off building a family? What the are we possibly doing?
So I was in insurance for a while, and you'll see some of the deposits from that. And I was like buying insurance leads and basically living on a credit card. When I turned 18 years old, Chase gave me a $15,000 credit limit.
Okay, but then it's your choice to
I know, but yeah.
I know at 18 it's hard. I opened a credit card. I opened a couple credit cards at that time. I was dumb, and I paid it off. But
Yes.
That did not answer my question about HELOC and continuing to borrow more money. That's not
You see how he walked his ass back to that original question? He's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's all fine and dandy, but motherfucker, you didn't answer my question.
Why you still borrowing money?
When I saw this, I was like, this was some fascinating shit to me. The dynamic between the two men, the dynamic of the age, and then the answering of that was fact. And then all I'm thinking about is, I'm sitting there watching this. If this was black folk, this shit would not be going this smooth. That's all I kept saying to myself. And so I said, you know,
right.
I said, you know what? We always sit around and talk about in these spaces what white men or white women will do, what they do, how they handle business. And when I saw this, I said, no, we don't ever bring up any receipts. We don't show any videos or any evidence of how they actually interact with each other. And I saw this, I said, no, we using this shit because this gets to prove the point that they do shit differently. And they have better outcomes, and they don't have no more money than we do. Come on, John. They don't have no more fucking money than we do.
You ever done the math? There's 40 million black people in America, right? And I'm not a mathematician, so I may get this wrong, but work with me.
Actually, the last census, it has us at 50. I don't matter, but 51 million at the last census. Yep.
Okay, so I don't know the last census. I'm working up the old census. You can still correct. You can adjust the data how you want to adjust the data after I say this. But so I don't have the new numbers. I'm going by the old numbers still. There's 40 million black people.
Yes.
331 million white people, according to the old census data.
Right.
That means by the old numbers, there's like almost five to 1 or 6 to 1 white people to black people. By the old numbers, there are most of us men, and I can't know the exact number. Most of us are in that middle earning wage.
Yep.
So what did I tell you is that I'm not great with these numbers, so just hear me out. Basically, what that tells you is that if America was as racist as we think it is, and if we was broke as they say we are, there are more of us making more money than a lot of them. And there's only 40 million of us.
John, stop talking that shit now, John. Stop talking that shit. They don't want to hear that.
Most of the men I know earn what I earn or more. Which is above the median range.
Which is above the median range. And
I'm above the median range at 38,000. I'm at 38,000. I only make 38,000.
And believe it or not, John, you're absolutely right, because it's more of them. That their average money should not be $55,000 and black men is 50. It should not be 55,000 because they have hundreds of millions more of them than there are of us.
Yes.
So what does that tell you? How many poor black people poor white folk are in this country?
It's a lot of them.
A lot of them. Have you been? Look, y'all got to start doing some fucking research. There are whole entire cities in Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia. There are whole entire cities, 80,000, 40,000, 15,000, 25,000, 90,000. There are whole entire cities. You go all up and down Appalachia, whole entire cities completely on Social Security or welfare.
Yes.
The entire population, and not a black person to be found. We got whole entire HBO did a fucking documentary about the volume of cities in America that are purely white towns, and every last one of them suckers are on welfare. And when they were interviewing them, they never considered it welfare. They didn't consider what they were getting welfare. They had to be told what you're getting is welfare. Your food stamps is welfare. Your Social Security benefits when you ain't got nothing wrong with you, that's welfare. You got to work to put. They don't. But I'm just saying, let's just do apples to apples comparison to this dude. This 20. This 22. This white boy making basically 60 grand a year. For our women to sit there and talk about you can't run a household off of 60 grand a year with a couple kids, you a fucking lie.
Yep.
You a goddamn lie. Will it be hard?
You have to
Yes.
just stop. You have to live below your means. You cannot live like the rich folks. You have to know who you are.
Stop trying to impress people. Stop trying to impress people. Do what you do. Have what you have. It's okay. It's all right.
When I was in the prime years of raising my kids, thank God they're grown now. But in the prime years of raising my kids, I was in my 20s, right? At my lowest earning potential. People kept asking me. I lived in Texas town. They said, "Why don't you live in the big cities?" Like, are you stupid? You know how much money I make? Why would I move to Dallas? Why would I move to Fort Worth? Why would I move to San Antonio? Why would I move to Houston? This is what I make. You know what town I chose? I chose a town where the average salary was $7 an hour. And then what I did was $7 an hour. This was back in the 90s though, early 2000s. I chose a town, the average pay was $7 an hour. But I got a job making 2 to 3 times more than that. And I stayed in a small city. That allowed me to live a life that I could not live in a major city.
Hey, man.
But we want to ball as black folks in our early part of our marriage and wonder why we stay broke throughout our whole marriage. Because you live like you live in Dallas. All your life.
No. They don't want to ball. They want to stunt. They want to, what's the word? They want to flex on them. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, let me see what he got to say.
Starting raising a family off in a financially good position. What are we doing?
I feel like I'm in a situation where I can't save my way out of my expenses.
Save your way out of expenses? You mean earn your way out of expenses?
No, like either way.
Like,
did you hear that shit?
He's about to educate him.
That was some funny shit. He said, I don't feel like I could. He said, do you mean earn your? So white people too are capable of stupid shit. You know what I mean? Of saying stupid shit. That damn, and the white boy said that shit with his whole chest. Oh, that was great. That shit was priceless. That shit was priceless.
You want to save enough money.
I feel like, I guess the reason I keep spending is because I feel like no matter how much I save, my expenses will be more than my income.
But your expenses were all like,
yeah.
You say that like I don't have the numbers right in front of me.
No, I know.
What are we doing?
Yeah. I feel like that's why we spend, but yeah.
Why? Yeah. That's why we spend? Why? What's why we spend?
No, I know that's a bad mentality, but that's just.
Well, he has a problem telling me no.
And what are you, the spender, and he's the decider, and he says no, and you say,
well, no. I'm the spender. I'll ask for things. He won't tell me no, even if we don't have the money for it. And so it's gotten to the point where I have to really push and say, do we actually have the money for this? And he'll still tell me. What do you mean?
Do you guys not sit down and talk about your money?
No.
Oh! What?
Wow.
So let's recap. Man, I wish I had one of them blow up. Let me look through my little. I don't think I got the blow up bomb shit, but my God, this.
That's crazy.
He was like, wait a minute, y'all don't sit down and talk about your money. She was like, oh no. Not at all, nothing. So let me recap. He brings home 53. That's his bring home. He got a wife. He got 2 kids. He got him. And she got enough faith in him not to be bothered about the finances.
The finances.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine being with a sister and she
I'm
don't
gonna say
know?
no. Before you ask that question, I'm gonna say no.
Shit. Black women are some fucking bloodhounds when it comes to that damn dollar. You hear me? Them motherfucking bras, they some fucking bloodhounds. When it come to that goddamn money. Woo!
I'm probably one of the luckiest men in the world with picking a wife, and even I still gonna have some issues.
Woo! That girl was like, nah, I don't know shit. She was like, nah. I mean, she said it so smooth. I don't know shit. What you talking about?
You say that like I don't have the numbers right in front of me.
No, I know.
What? What are we doing?
Yeah. I feel like that's why we spend, but yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
That's why we spend? Why? What's why we spend?
No, I know that's a bad mentality, but that's just
he has a problem telling me no. And
what are you, the spender, and he's the decider, and he says no, and you say,
well, no. I'm the spender. I'll ask for things. He won't tell me no, even if we don't.
Look. I don't know if you caught this, John. He fucked this up. She just took on the blame. She's not in charge of the finances.
Say that one more time. Yep.
He the one that messed up the money. Because he's in charge of the money.
Mm-hmm.
He's in charge of the spending. He's in charge of the borrowing. And she just said, no. I'm the spender. I'm the blame. She's not. She just jumped in front of a bullet for her man.
Husband.
Yep. That shit went by so quick. You know what I mean? That shit went by so quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. That's why we spend? Why? What's why we spend?
No, I know that's a bad mentality, but that's just
he has a problem telling me no. And
what are you, the spender, and he's the decider, and he says no, and you say,
well, no. I'm the spender.
Look, right before she started talking, he was about to say, yeah, I make bad decisions, or I overspend, I overdo. She cut all that shit off because she been sitting there now for 3 minutes and 13 seconds listening to this financial advisor just mollywop her man. You know what I mean? And so she like, nah. She like, hold my beer. You ain't for to whoop my man without me. She would get her ass whooped too, but I'm just saying. And she jumped right in front of him. Ain't no sister for to do that. Ain't no sister gonna take no bullet for your fuck up. She not in charge of the money. She don't know nothing about the money. And you think you gonna blame her for the fucking the loss of the money? Hell no. It can be her fault. She gonna be like, he should have let me did it. He the leader.
Yep.
He the leader.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask for things. He won't tell me no, even if we don't have the money for it. And so it's gotten to the point where I have to really push and say, do we actually have the money for this? And he'll still tell me,
what do you mean? Do you guys not sit down and talk about your money?
No.
Okay, well, let's have this marriage like exist longer than a few years. And a good way to do that is sit down and actually understand where our financial picture is, right?
Yeah.
I say that as someone who's never been married, but at least I understand the finances around it.
Yeah.
Why have we not sat down and talked about this? About money in any way whatsoever?
I feel like my responsibility as a man is to make sure that I'm living below my means, which I'm not.
That's a responsibility as an adult. That has nothing about you having a
to provide for her.
You heard what he said? He said they got shit to do with you having a dick. He said you was an adult.
That's being an adult. That's being an adult.
Fuck you mean you as a man? This ain't got shit to do with you having a dick. This ain't. God damn. This dude is. Look, let me tell you something. What I ain't gonna sit down with this man for nothing, for no reason. That boy talked too reckless for me. You know what I mean? Man, this motherfucker be in there fighting.
No, I would have a good conversation with him.
Would you? I wouldn't.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit ain't gonna go well with me.
I miss the day. I miss the days of seeing of him men talk like this.
Woo!
Oh, I grew up hearing men to talk like this. Oh yes.
I'd be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I'd be like, oh no, nigga, you better hold. Hey, watch it, bro. I'm just being honest about where I am. This shit is wild to me and fascinating. I love it.
Yeah. So that's why it's hard. That's why it's hard for me to tell him.
No.
Is that where you guys are mentally?
No, I think he feels guilty about not giving me things that I would like, if that makes sense. Like I'm at home with the kids.
Do you pressure him into getting things?
No.
Does she pressure you into getting things?
She says that we're broke a lot, which makes me feel bad.
Then why do you get the things if you're the spender? If you specifically say, hey, we're broke, then why do we go spend money as the spender?
I will say I'm also the spender.
Okay, then what the that? I mean, you just threw me.
I'm dead by.
Now you see, now the financial, I forget his name. Caleb is his name. Caleb started putting his attention on that woman, and what the fuck did the husband do?
He jumped back in front of it.
He jumped right back in front of that shit. This is what make me like fall like for these two people. That was some good shit. You know what I mean? Fuck the fact that they fucked it up. You know what I mean? But they're and this is how you could tell that she into him and he's into her. They were willing to, they're not letting nobody come in and get too sideways with the other without the other motherfucker jumping in. You know,
they on the same team.
They're on the same fucking team. It is so subtle. What you're seeing, it's subtle, but it's so. I'm like sitting there watching this shit, like, wow, these motherfuckers, they about each other. They like, nah. Okay, you can tell him he fucked up, but you can't tell him like that. But they going back and forth. You know, she jumped in front of him. And then, so Caleb turned their attention to her, and he was like, no, you ain't gonna do that shit to my wife. No. She ain't the spender. I'm the spender. This shit crazy to me because I'm sitting there thinking about, and of course, my experiences are limited, but based on what I've seen with Black relationships, this shit don't go down this way. In general, this shit don't go down this way. Nowhere near it.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I'm death by 1,000 paper cuts, and she's like.
So you do the big purchase. He does lots of small purchases.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll give him that. He does get like the.
What are you getting?
Coffees.
What's your thing?
Clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's take a moment to consider something. How often do you think about your online security?
Not an ex. The first one wasn't. We actually planned him. The second, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I feel like we were really good with our finances. We bought a house at 18.
Mm-hmm.
What? You said at 18 you got a massive credit card limit and maxed it out.
That was like a year or so later. I'm just saying they gave me that credit card limit when I was 18.
Okay.
So I feel like we were more financially responsible when I had a job. And then I went 1099 in insurance and
and he just
didn't
really he didn't really work when he was in insurance because he was working from home. But then we had just had our first son, and I guess he felt guilty about leaving me at home with him, even though I was like kind of okay. And so he would just stay home, or if he would hear him like fussing and stuff, he would just come downstairs and like help out and everything instead of going to sell insurance.
Okay. So you took it out to pay off the credit card debt.
What you say, John?
You see how willing she is to suffer with her husband? She's willing to suffer with her husband.
Yeah.
How old are they now?
This clip was 5 months old.
I'm trying to figure the ages now because they've been married for at least 4 or 5 years, right? Maybe 3.
No, this clip, they were 22 and 23. That's what. If this clip is 4 or 5 months old, they might be a year older.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're at the highest, he's 24 now. She's 23.
Wow.
Yeah, this clip is only 5 months old. This is a modern couple. Today couple. This ain't no old video.
And she's willing to suffer with her husband.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to call that suffering,
I call it suffering in the sense of that you won't see this type of commitment today. That's what I mean by it. As much as like this is what marriage should look like. That we did this together. I'm not gonna blame her. She's not gonna blame me. This is on us.
Yeah.
And we're gonna fix it. And everybody knows. And everybody knows. We feel that well. We know that it's the man's responsibility, right?
Right.
And he's as a husband, he's made some mistakes, but he's also made some mistakes trying to make her happy. But he's also learning the process. Sometimes I just gotta tell her no.
Sometimes you gotta tell her no. Right. Hold on a second. Let me get to these super chats because I you can run past them bad boys. Hold on.
Money making is my thing because I'm trying to be rich, trying to put away meals.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the
All right, shout out to my buddy Kofa in the building with the $5 super chat. Support Black Male Media. I think you're still in the chat, brother. Come on up and have some fun with us if you got time. We ain't gonna be up here much longer. All right, KP with the $2. RBN, the black man has a black tax. He must pay raw. Dude, crazy. And shout out to Kofa again. He back with the $5. African Proverbs. What the youth see standing, the elders see sitting. Yeah, we've seen some things, but the youth know the new. We still got to learn. Absolutely. And thank you guys, everybody, for the super chats. Don't forget, on Saturday, I'm going to be going live at 7 o'clock Central, 8 Eastern. Take heed. It's going to be take heed to the message. It's going to be my co-host. This will be a live stream that you do not want to miss. It will be the most important live stream of the Real Bravado Network that I've ever done. I don't want to give up much more. This they call it a tease, but I promise you guys are going to want to come through for this live this Saturday, which is not a normal day I go live. So, but I will be going live this Saturday. Okay. All right. I just want to make that announcement again.
To be clear.
Correct.
Okay. Any more kids?
No, not yet.
Not right
no,
now.
not right now.
Okay, but okay. So okay, as long as that's not in your immediate future, I'm just trying to determine because we are not starting this family off in a financially secure way, and then our spending is just ridiculous. I mean, to be clear, spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Wee woo. Total income that came in, and this includes some extra stuff that came from your insurance days. I guess some reoccurring.
Yeah, I still get I get paid every month from it.
Yeah. So if we're bringing in $5,161 in total, $6,630.55 going out is insane.
Yeah. So we went to Oklahoma, I think, during that statement for a cousin's wedding, and we just
I kind of missed that. They got more going out than they got coming in, right? Okay, I just want to make sure I understood that correctly. No, take heed.
Then the negative.
And then the negative. I was gonna tell take heed. We're not being up here no goddamn 3 hours. I ain't doing that shit. I want to go. I actually got a meal that I want to look. Every now and again, I get inspired to cook. I'm a pretty good cook, so I want to make my own raviolis. I've never done that before, so I got all the ingredients, and they all sitting out on the cabinet. So I know we ain't gonna be able to no fucking 3 hours because I'm not gonna be up for 4 hours cooking fucking raviolis. But I'm gonna go in there and try to make some. Making them out of. I'm trying to do. I got gluten-free dough, all that bullshit, some turkey and all everything nice. I'm gonna make a cream sauce with it. Yeah, I'm going. It's gonna be fire. I'm saying, just saying.
kind of went crazy.
I will say, if we didn't have to go to Oklahoma, I would not have wanted to go to Oklahoma. It's not my prefer.
But we like
location.
pity kind of made that
anyone's.
a vacation, so
Yeah.
But we have debt to pay off.
right,
We have kids to take care of.
right.
So f- you vacation. What vacation? Why? What kind of responsibility is that? You guys are young, but you've taken out a lot now. It's time that we're growing up.
Yeah, I guess it was just like we had to go to Oklahoma.
He was like, y'all young, but fuck that. Y'all done took on grown up shit. So guess what? Go be a fucking grown up. Yeah. Imagine if that was a black financial advisor sitting there talking to a black couple. They'd have sitting there talking about you being unprofessional. What's your supervisor? They would have got up, stormed out. Even if that person was the person that could help them get their ass out of trouble, our ego, our arrogance, our thick-headed, our hard-headedness would have got us up out of there. Now, would have got us up out of that goddamn seat. because we don't want to hear it. If let me tell you something.
I'm different.
Let me tell you something.
That one.
Yep. Let me tell you something. On the same vein, I got siblings who used to always want to borrow money from me, which, by the way, I don't loan out money anymore. I either give it or I don't. I don't loan out money because you lose friendships over. If I can't give it to you, I can't. You can't have it. So I started telling my siblings because they would come to me with some shit, and I got fucking questions, and they'd get all indignant with me, and I'll be like, hey, my money, my rules, motherfucker. And I just tell my sister, because like she would ask for something, and then I come in and start like barking orders in her house, and I would tell her, wherever I pay bills, I'm the fucking boss. The fuck you talking about? If you don't want to hear my mouth, if you don't want me to come up here slinging my weight around, don't ask me for my fucking resources. Point blank, full stop. So I'm saying that to say, how you gonna go be in trouble, need help, and they get mad at the person who's there to help you because you don't want to hear what the fuck they got to say. That's what we would do. We were sitting down with a financial advisor. Let me tell you something. I went to my dad one time. John, let me tell you something. I think I was asking for like $75. And I had to cover an electric bill or some bullshit, You heard me say I only went to him once. This motherfucker wanted my bank statements. He wanted all for 75 funky ass dollars. Because he wanted to know why I needed 75 goddamn dollars. And I make more money than him. Shit.
That's a good question.
Woo! You know how fucking embarrassing that was for me to sit there? Because I needed it that bad to sit there and get questioned line by line. That nigga went through about 4 things and said, here's your $75 right here. What the fuck I'm going to do? I'm a big grown 30-year-old man. I'm just sitting there like, Now, what I want to say, is very different, but I need that $75 though. So I gotta take that shit. You know what I mean? I gotta sit there and take that shit. But it taught me, I don't spend nothing until the bill say zero. I don't buy nothing until the bill say zero. I ain't got no money until the bill say zero. Uh-huh.
You sold your manhood for $75.
Goddamn, man, I had to.
I just being smart, man. We all know that. I think we all learned that lesson early, right?
I said it only happened once.
I've done it too, bro. I had to learn real quick, bro.
Yep. I just 75 funky ass dollars. But I got he didn't lecture me. He just went through my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I let me tell you something. I got the message loud and clear. John, when my pay comes in, I pay my bills once a month. When my pay comes in, not a nickel gets spent until it's time to pay the bills for the month. And there ain't nothing gets spent until every bill for that month says zero. So I can pay the bill today. You understand? But I don't touch or spend or do nothing until that shit clear on their end.
Mm-hmm.
So I now know I give myself an allowance. I don't even cut my allowance check to myself because I got a separate account for my allowance. I give myself an allowance. I get paid twice a month. I give myself an allowance. I give myself $250 twice a month. I almost never don't spend all of the money, which works out well because I never have to go into other money. My savings is my savings and the bill money. I most of the time have $300 or $275 or $215 at the end of every month left over from my allowance. So I really don't have to ever go into it because I don't do a lot of spending. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I look, them bills they That I ain't for to sit down and have nobody going through my shit like that, scrutinizing why I wouldn't bought me a fucking Little Debbie's this day.
Yeah, yep. I get it.
You know, I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. You know, why? Where's this $80? Why are you at this $80 at this restaurant? There's your $75. I took a girl. How you gonna take a girl and your light bill ain't paid? I wasn't gonna. I ain't going through that shit no more. I'm gonna never go through that shit no more. Never.
And we were like, if we're gonna be there, we might as well
go to Oklahoma. Costs 2 cents to exist in Oklahoma. Over exaggeration. Calm down. But you did not have to go crazy, dude. Not even close.
Yeah, but we did.
I know you did. But what makes me afraid is doing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we don't understand that it's completely wrong when we're in terrible, destructive, absolutely terrible debt, how do we know we're not going to do this again? That scares the me.
Me too.
All right. Not giving me a.
I guess that's kind of why.
Here.
I guess that's kind of why we're here. Is just to, since we don't create a budget, we just kind of like don't look at it and spend.
Yeah.
Well, we're obviously going to put you through the budgeting program like any other couple, so make sure you take the education, build the budget. But all the actions that have led up, starting at 18 from you, now 5 years later, how's your finances been since you graduated high school towards now?
Okay, so we met when I was 17. He was about to turn 18.
High school sweethearts?
No, he's homeschooled. No. Yeah, so no. We met at his sister's wedding.
Sure.
Yeah. So basically I didn't know anything about finances because they don't teach you that in school, which they should.
She sounds a little bitter about that shit, don't she? They don't teach you finances in school, but they should. High school
and your parents should have taught you. Your parents most definitely should have taught you.
Yeah. But you can assume, we could be wrong, they're high school sweethearts or whatever. It's a large possibility that they're each other's first everything.
Yeah, could be.
The likelihood for them is very high. And guess what? According to the psychological studies, they have almost like 70% chance of having a marriage that ends in death, which is like, what you're supposed to be. Yep. Because they ain't got all these different bodies on top of each other. Well, primarily her. And he needs to understand too that at some point this chick gonna change on him. Dudes don't change. We like something, we like shit to stay the same. We don't like nothing to change. We don't want you to change your hair, your perfume, none of that shit. The way we met you is the way we want to keep you forever.
But TJ, I don't. Okay, because of their relationship, if they get this situation fixed, this financial situation fixed, and stay on the straight and narrow, I don't think she would change as much as most women will change. Because if he can provide her a secure lifestyle, and they've been married since 18, and then I don't think they went to high school together, but they were high school age. That bond of her not sleeping around and him not sleeping around would make them be closer together than most couples.
Yeah,
I think the younger you, which I encourage all people to get married young and not old. It's hard to get married old.
Here's the other thing that we didn't comment on. She made the statement about the fact that he didn't go to work because she was having a hard day with the kids, so he stayed home with her and the kids.
Yep.
She was like, I kind of feel bad that he couldn't go out and sell insurance that day because he stayed home with me with the kids because I was struggling. That's like, that make every woman wet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was like, okay, yeah, we need this money, but my woman is struggling. Let me tend to what was first for him.
Family.
What was first? That family. That family was first for him.
Almost to a fault.
He was homeschooled. So guess what was first in his house?
Home, family.
If he made that kind of sacrifice for his woman, guess what he saw his daddy do?
Yep. It's a good chance. You are right. It's a good chance you're right.
That's why he had that, because I'm a man shit. Because that's what he doing. He trying to do what his daddy did. And she wasn't no Thoughtzilla, probably unlikely a Thougtzilla running around here living her best life, having hot girl summers. I knew girls in high school, man. By the time we got to fucking graduation, them hoes were ran through, like ran through, like for real ran through. I had a girl that I knew, and she was like, she asked me for a ride home one day, and she was like, so I gave her a ride to the crib, and she was like, on the way there, she was like, where were you at the other day at lunch? I was like, what do you mean where I was at the other day at lunch? I was with my girl. She goes, well, I was running things, so why didn't you show up? I said, running what? Took me a minute. She was in the back of the fucking school getting a fucking train run on her.
I've seen it happen to several girls.
Huh?
Well, I heard about a couple girls who went through that through high school.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So many girls. So she doesn't appear to be this way, this lady. Doesn't appear to be that way. We don't know, but I'm just saying. But, it's hard to find a... Yeah, okay.
And so he was the one that was really doing everything, and I was just kind of working. He was helping me figure it out, got me a credit card to build up my credit. Yeah. Then we...
So did you teach her the fundamentals of credit cards? I don't think so, because you were your own credit cards. Okay, so cool.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I did buy her a car in cash, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't take out a loan, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. High five. That doesn't negate any of this stuff here. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is insane. This is ridiculous. Let's just start diving. Actually, before we dive in, give me a financial score. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. On go, I want you to both give me your household financial score. 0 to 10. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. So 3, 2, 1, go, and then you say it. 3, 2, 1, go.
5.
0. Oh.
What the fuck? That is a big difference by...
Damn.
She's 5 and 0.
She like, we doing all right. He like, we fucked up.
We done. We're done. But that's a perfect answer though, because and I'm gonna say why it's a perfect answer. Why I say that, because men are realists and women actually live in a dream world. You're a heavy set brother, right? I'm a heavy set brother.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to, but if I ask you, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna literally ask you this question. But if over the years I've asked men how much they weigh, guess what they give me? They give me how much they weigh. If I ask a woman how much she weigh, guess what they give me? Can't ask a woman her weight. And the reason why they say it because they don't want to get their feelings hurt. They want to get their feelings hurt because they live in a world where everything is supposed to make them feel good. She has to say we're 5 because, and I'm not even trying to blame this on her because she's actually been a good woman in this situation. But she is still a woman. And I'm not trying to say anything negative. I'm just saying it's what it is. She has to see everything being good. And you want her seeing everything being good because if she doesn't, then she becomes a negative woman and you don't want that.
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. But I found that shit funny. But yeah,
50% of the scale.
Yeah, that shit was too funny.
Yeah, she's just not involved in our finances.
Okay, well that's an immediate red flag.
Really a red flag.
I'm trying to. Sometimes I'm trying to go back.
Credit cards? I don't think so because you were your own credit cards. Okay, so cool.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
I did buy her a car in cash though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We didn't take out a loan, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. High five. that doesn't negate any of this stuff here. That's not how this works. Okay, this is insane. This is ridiculous. Let's just start diving. Actually, before we dive in, give me a financial score. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, go. On go, I want you to both give me your household financial score. 0 to 10. 0 being the worst, 10 being the best. So 3, 2, 1, go, and then you say it. 3, 2, 1, go.
5.
Oh,
What the? That is a big difference by 50% of the scale.
Yeah, she's just not involved in our finances.
Okay, well that's an immediate red flag. You guys got to do this together, even if you're not out there earning. I mean, at some point you probably will again. It'll be many years down the road, and maybe not. Doesn't have to be a requirement, but just typically that's what we see these days. And still, you guys need to come together, understand where we're trying to get to, what goals are we trying to achieve, what does it take to hit those goals along the way. Those are conversations we need to have together. If one person's dominating the household finances, that's a recipe for disaster looking forward, because at some point you're going to want to be more involved in the conversations. And if you're jumping into the deep end of an absolute mess and confusion and you don't know how to work with someone at that point because you've just been doing it so long together, it's going to be a mess.
I think that's part of the reason why I don't bother with it, is because it is so like
I just don't want to burden
overwhelmingly
her with it.
confusing.
Burden her? You're burdening her by up the finances, and she's having to deal without knowing what's going on.
True.
That's a burden. You're not burdening someone by giving them, well, you can burden someone by giving them
Well, I
knowledge,
do
but-
tell her that we go more into debt every month.
If you guys want your Hammer financial score, though, it's linked in the description below. It's free. But speaking of, going into debt every single month, we're pay advancing. We're pay advancing. Do you know he's pay advancing?
I don't know what that is.
He's getting his paycheck, parts of his paycheck early, and then having to pay it back.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know that?
No.
No.
No. You've never told me that.
Never.
What do you think? Because that's like fucking scary.
Okay. Woo. She finding that out right then, right there. This is close as this woman's come to be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What can you imagine if this is a sister sitting there and she's hearing for the first time that you taking out a loan against your paycheck every week? One of my jobs has the ability to do that. You can, you have the ability to set up where you get paid every day. There are people in the organization, those bastards are getting a check and so when their check come, that bad boy be zero because they didn't cook their pay every day.
That's crazy.
That is insane. That is insane. It sounds good. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Could you take a job that paid you twice a year?
Shit. Yeah, depending on what the pay was.
Let's say you make $40,000 a year.
Oh, shit. Man, don't be hurting my feelings.
I'm dead serious. Think about it for a second.
40 grand. Okay, let me back up. 40 grand a year prior to where I am. Let me go back to 40 grand a year. Could I take that job twice a year? Yeah, I could do it.
And cause the key thing is you can do it because you're disciplined.
Yeah, I could do it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you get paid if you're disciplined.
Yeah.
Whether you pay me 52 weeks of the year, or half the time of the year, or twice a year, it's still the same amount of money.
When I worked for the university, I worked there for about 8 years. We got paid monthly. I hate the fact that I don't get paid monthly no more. Mm-hmm. I loved getting paid monthly. I wasn't going. Let me tell you something. When I started getting paid monthly, that's when I stopped going broke.
Cause why? What you gotta do to make it monthly?
You gotta budget the fuck out of that shit.
Cause ain't no more coming that month.
Ain't nothing else unless you go get you another job. Ain't nothing else coming. Ain't nothing else coming. I work for the university and we got paid once a month. Got paid on the 19th of the month. The 19th of the month we got paid.
I know men that will not take a job that paid twice a month. And it baffles my mind.
Why? Because that's all they get paid?
Because they can't budget.
Yeah, I get paid twice a month. Twice. Get paid twice a month.
I do too.
And let me tell you something. Was it last month? I forgot that I got paid.
I got checks. My wife get mad at me. I get checks that go bad. Like I may get a bonus check or something,
Uh-huh.
and I forget about them.
Because you taking care of yourself. I'm not saying that if I had to give my finances as of today, because this year I just kind of went wild. But right now I'm a C. I'll say C minus. And I was sitting down last night going through, I said, oh no, this is unfucking acceptable. Unacceptable. Because I worked so hard to be on my finances. When you say your finances are good, that don't mean you got a crap ton of money.
No, it doesn't.
It means that you're not robbing Peter to pay Paul. It means that your nut is being cleared. It's meaning that you ain't got to worry about if you forgot to fill up your gas tank today, you ain't got to worry about it. You just go do it in the morning and it don't hurt nothing. You know? It means that if you need, let me tell you something. If I need, let's just say I got two vehicles. My older vehicle is a 2008 Chevy truck.
Mm-hmm.
If need be, I can drop an engine in that bitch tomorrow without having to put it on a credit card, without having to do none of that shit. Now, do I want to do that? Oh, fuck no.
No.
Because it's a 5.3 fuel active. That's a $5,000 engine. You know, on an old truck. If I need it, the truck will be gone. If the engine went on that truck, the motherfucker gone. But I'm just saying, I'm in a situation where I can absorb a major repair. Last summer, I had to put a new AC system on my house. I didn't have to go about financing nothing. I went to the fucking warehouse, got the equipment. Got everything, hired the crew, brought them out here. But from the day it went out to the day it was installed, it was 48 hours. 48 hours.
Grown man stuff.
But because taking care of the business. Now, yeah, and those I'm an average working man, average earning man. Those are hits, but they're not crippling hits.
They're not.
They're not crippling hits. That's what I mean by, when I say, taking care of your money or being financially okay is you can take the fucking hit and it doesn't jeopardize the rent, the mortgage, the light, the gas. If you got a car payment, it doesn't cripple what you got to do for your children. It's a hit. You go, God damn, I got to spend this money. But you can, but you still can go spend $300 at the grocery store to be okay. You can still, if y'all for to go out of town, you can still go out of town because that's been budgeted for and taken care of already. You can still go do those things. It's just like, God damn, I hate this shit. You know what I mean? That's it. But can you imagine being a sister? And I hate to do a lot of compare and contrasting, but we, like I said at the beginning, we always talk about how white people handle their relationships and shit. Can you imagine this? Now she pissed. This chick pissed in her white way. Mm-hmm. You could tell on his face that he at this moment is realized when he didn't fuck up.
I never saw this video before. Uh-huh. I'm assuming she's still gonna be respectful even though she's mad. But I'm just guessing. I don't even know.
I'm just guessing. Let that man get the fuck out of it. Let that have been a sister. And of course, I'm not saying all, because how women get on this. You said every woman's like that. There are too many of you motherfuckers that are. Too many to even mention the exceptions to the rule. Let me go right there.
Jumping into the deep end of an absolute mess and confusion, and you don't know how to work with someone at that point because you've just been doing it so long together. It's going to be a mess.
I think that's part of the reason why I don't bother with it is because it is so
I just don't want to burden her with it.
Confusing.
Burden her? You're burdening her by up the finances, and she's having to deal without knowing what's going on.
True.
That's a burden. You're not burdening someone by giving them. Well, you can burden someone by giving.
Well, I do tell her that we go more into debt every month.
If you guys want your Hammer financial score, though, it's linked in the description below. It's free. But speaking of going into debt every single month, we're pay advancing. We're pay advancing. Do you know he's pay advancing?
I don't know what that is.
He's getting his paycheck, parts of his paycheck early. and then having to pay it back.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know that?
No.
No. You've never told me that.
Never.
What do you think? Because that's like fucking scary.
Like, what are you doing that for?
For bills that come up.
What bills? Because our bills come out the first of every month.
Not all of them.
The ones you've told me?
No. Not all of our bills come out the first of the month. But so here's what happened. Are those in February? I accidentally paid my car payment
this month.
I accidentally paid my car payment twice.
Okay, but that doesn't account for everything here. You pay advancing constantly.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things you get into once you pay advance once, then you just need it the next time around and the next time around.
But not necessarily though, because these are like close to $400. Okay, that's not an insignificant amount of money, but $400.
It's $100.
Okay, but when you pay it back, when you do the reset.
Hold on a second. This dude just said he's taking a pay advance for $100. What the fuck? $100? That's not even worth it.
I see guys do it all the time in trucking.
Really?
Yes.
It's not worth it.
It's not even worth it.
If I'm gonna take out an advance, I'm gonna take out a fucking advance. I'm $100. What do I need so bad?
I ain't gonna tell you what I keep, but I keep some cash just for that purpose alone. I mean, I'm not cash advance no $100. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't understand this.
And when I
I see what's happening.
I'm not even rich. I'm not even rich.
Yeah.
I made $38,000 a year. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, this crazy. I'm gonna see what else when we're gonna wrap up.
So you're doing $100 at a time. Yes. Okay. Well, that makes what I was about to say even easier. It's $100. Yes, for many people, you get into that, and that's a hard cycle to break. $100 is not even close to a make or break for someone who's bringing in net $53,000 a year.
Yeah.
What is going on, man? Got to give me something here. I got to get some kind of insight.
So I guess I finally decided to like close our credit cards or lock them or whatever, however that works. And I was just like starting off in my checking account with like nothing. Because kind of the way like my mindset worked was, and I feel like I learned this just throughout my childhood, except for my parents made a lot more money than me. They would put like everything on a credit card and pay it off. So I would just put everything on a credit card, not knowing how much I actually spent on it, and then I go to pay it off at the end of the month, and I can't. I don't know. I mean, I know how to manage P&Ls and stuff. I'm pretty good at that, but I just never dealt with my own.
How do you feel? How do you feel? You're hearing things for the first time a lot. I need to know how you feel. How is the status of your guys' marriage right now? Mostly revolving around the finances, but where are we?
That's a fair question.
It is.
That's a fair question.
Sitting today.
And she's
it's concerning that I didn't know that he was taking out part of his paychecks early. I definitely feel like that's something I should have at least known. Yes, he doesn't really involve me in the finances, but I feel like I should have at least known that on if he was taking out parts of his paycheck before getting paid.
Oh, she pissed. That girl pissed. You understand? She was like,
but I like her pissed though.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I like her pissed.
Ooh, I bet you he got it, boy. When that camera went off, yeah, he got that. Yeah,
I don't think she did.
You don't?
No. Look, okay, she's pissed now. Look how reserved she is. Her voice inflection has not changed.
No. Except for that little bit there at the end there. But other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm being honest with you. It's like, she should be mad, but she's not even really. If she is mad, I don't see the difference between now and the beginning of the show, beginning of the video.
This is interesting. Because
if this was a sister, she would be at a 10 right about now.
It'd be at a 10. And this lady did not disrespect her dude at all. Oh my God, John, I'm getting up out of here.
Don't you?
Well, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to. My goal for this to review this today was just to highlight the difference in the behaviors, because a lot of these panels we spend a lot of time talking about what white people do versus how we do things, and this is a good example. This one hits a lot of buttons. They got married young. She's living off of a $60,000 a year salary. She's raising She's raising 2 kids. When his wife is in distress, he decides to stay home and say, "Fuck the money today." You know what I mean? Which there are a lot of brothers that do that. So I'm not taking that away from the brothers. She trusts him. He fucked it up a little bit. He's fixing it. She's not beating him up about fucking it up. She's giving him the space and the grace to fix it. This is an example of when I tell people all the time, when I have discussions with our women about this shit, about their attitude and their mindset, I always ask them, if you are so right, where's the proof of you being right? Where's your outcome? This is this white woman's outcome. Her willing to sacrifice, her willing to marry a man, even though they were still young, and have his kids without a 6-figure salary, to trust him to walk in the dark. She's walking in the dark when it comes to the finances. She trusts him. And then to not emasculate him or disrespect him or to use a word from Take Heed to the Message, to disgrace or dishonor him in public. That is not hard to do. And believe you me, she will hold him accountable for the things that he did not tell her. But she's not going to let nobody else come out there. She ain't for to dishonor, disgrace her husband, just to prove that she's holding him accountable. They're accountable to each other behind closed doors. We can all see that the man messed it up a little bit, but we all can see that he's trying to fix it. And he took some shots from an older man. He sat there and took his lumps from an older man about the decisions that he's made. And you don't see no real pushback.
He's taking it.
There's a big difference. Here's the receipts, black people. When I say white folk don't do what the fuck we do, they don't behave the way we do, and they got a different approach of handling shit, even publicly. You got any final words, John?
I'm good, man. It was a great show, great conversation.
Yeah.
Gave us a different perspective on the other side to give us a reality check.
Right on. And I didn't do this to bash our black folk today. This was a compare and contrast. And I appreciate you coming up. Just a quick reminder, guys, Saturday, 7:00, 8 Eastern in the PM. Me and Take Heed to the Message will be here for the most important Real Bravado Network show that I've ever done and will do in the future. I think you guys should be there. All right, y'all. Everybody have a good night. John, I appreciate you. Let's get up out of here.
Yeah, this is what I'm made of. This is for the throne and the kingdom. The king's here, yelling freedom. Do or die, do it now if you believe it. You reap what you sow every season. Yeah, you kill what you eat when you feast it. Yeah, it's death before the sign of no treason. No, in a time of war, no retreat. Never lay down and die on my feet. I look the reaper in his eyes and won't blink. I'm the voice every time that I speak. It's like thunder when it strikes. I'm the king. I'm the king. I am supreme. I am the king. feel. Can't lose heart when it gets real. Always push back, can't lose ground. Always stand up, never back down. Victory is key, victory is yours. Through the blood, sweat and tears coming out your pores. Through the tears and the pain cause you want more. Grind time through it all until it pays off. I'm in a league of my own. I'm a king and I'm bad to the bone. Heavy in the game, made for the throne. I'm out of this world, I'm in my zone. I'm the king, I am supreme. I am the king, I am supreme. I am like a dog. I'm the king. I am the king.